What's up, everyone? This is Twizzy Digital, and today we're going to be talking about college featuring Ryhalla. So this video, I've been wanting to work on this video for a long time, since January, and it took forever for me to get this out there because this illustration took me way too long. And I can talk about why it took so long, primarily character designs. I try to remember what my friends and stuff look like, but that's besides the point. We got it out there, and that's all that matters. Um, we're just going to be talking about the topics of advice, financial, um, you know, and I'll try to organize it. We do get kind of carried away throughout the video, so it can get kind of messy. But for the most part, it seems we got like organized. But yeah. Oh, and before I let you guys continue, I stutter, and I am working on that. But for the time being, yeah, I will stutter, and some of the stutters are going to be really crazy. So enjoy. So where to begin? Oh, before we get started, let me introduce y'all to myself and my queen. I'm Twizzy Digital, and this is Ryhalla.
Yep.
Uh, Before we get on the topic, we both graduated. We both went to the same two schools. I can't disclose it here because, privacy and stuff. But we both went to the same school, graduated with a associates, and then also graduated with a bachelor's degree. And yeah, so with that being said, let's get on the topic. So first thing, should you go to college? I'll let Ryhalla go first.
My first bit will be yes. So there could be many things determining of whether or not you want to go, or like whether you feel like you should go. But I feel like the overall answer is yes. Like, people have the impression, or like, it's not really an impression of that, like, you can learn a lot of things online on your own, but with a school, there's more structure to it, and there's more deadlines, so that you're gonna learn XYZ skills by, like, 2 years. Whereas you could technically learn all those things, but it might take you, like, 5, because you're just like, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, oh, I can do it later, and there's no actual like, there's nothing to force you to do it on time if it's just you learning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad to cut
like,
you off on that.
Very good.
I was gonna say, like, fully, like, I agree with her. You can. You don't have to go to college. I recommend you go to college because you can learn stuff, but if you don't, like, you do need a deadline to, like, get you on your feet to do stuff, because when you're not on a deadline, you can easily procrastinate, let off the gas pedal, and, like, just chill. Also, in college, yeah, you may learn stuff, but I think the most important part about college, at least for me in my experience, is the connection, because you won't get these connections without college. You won't get to meet new people in their experience and their story. I think that's the biggest beauty of going to college. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say.
And like the connection of the new people that you'll meet, because you might be familiar with the people from your hometown, but there's more. Well, it's big.
Oh, exposure. I think I said that relates to connection, but I'll also, just in general, like, exposure. If you want to get out there quicker, I would say go to college.
Yeah, because I'll admit, first, when we went to get our associates, there's not, like, it's there, but you don't know a lot of people. I went to university to meet more people, and just to, like, have more eyes on you, and then, like, get more recommendations, because, like, they see your work and they know what you can do, so it's just, like, more people vouching for you.
Also, besides connection and exposure and stuff, I think you have a better chance of finding yourself, like who you are as a person. Like you discover more about yourself when you go to college. Like when I went to college, I did not. Let's just say I grew up in the hood. Basically, grew up in a bubble. So I learned a lot in college just by the interaction I meet. And I guess that also plays a role in going to college, is that it helps you open your mind up to the world. Cause I know some folks will not want to go to college, but they won't understand the world through like an actual like person to person lens, and that definitely would change your perspective on like just people in the world itself.
I think it is very noticeable that when you go out to college and then you come back home and you realize how kind of
Oh, you're a whole
close-minded.
different person. You're a whole
Yeah,
different
you realize
person.
that the people you used to chill with, they're very close-minded, and it's just like,
Mm-hmm. I
and then
We both
my bad.
experienced that.
Eh. And then you learn how to deal with stress. Hopefully not too much, but I guess it depends on where you're going. And then like how to time manage, how to manage yourself in general. Because there's a lot of people who don't know how to cook or clean or do adult tasks, and this might be their first time having to do it. And you should learn how to do it before you go out into the real world.
Yep. It's kind of like that. Like you graduate high school, it's just another step to get you into life.
Yeah.
But before we continue, let's jump to the next topic. I know we talk about a bunch of this and that. I know the first thing you guys are probably asking,
Price.
and that's finance. And yeah, that I can see how that deter folks from uh, investing into college. But in my opinion, it's kind of like a risk reward situation. Like you have to there's a better phrase for it, but it's a price to pay for like the greater good in the long run in the future.
Yeah, and like can think of it as you're investing in yourself, and that you're gonna have more opportunities if you go versus if you didn't.
Yes, I know you guys probably heard some folks talking about they went to college and they didn't find a job immediately. That can happen, but that regardless of that situation, you still have opportunities to land a job. Maybe you don't get it right away or anything like that. I know you heard that from someone else, but you can still get a job. You'll still it just the opportunity will come, but you at least you will have a lot more opportunity than someone who doesn't have a college degree.
Yeah, because that was part of what deterred me even when I had an associate's, is that I was looking around in my field and then there was just nothing I was qualified for. And then even within like the lower end jobs, it's like there's still a lot to sort through, or it's not ideal conditions.
Yeah, I I want to add on before we get ahead is if you are dealing with financials, like you see the big price and you're like, no. First thing first, because we both went to college for like a associate degree. Went to a 2-year college for at first. And
Yeah, it was like a more affordable option.
yeah, if you can start with community college first, and then like if you want to like go beyond college level, then go from there. But I would say invest it in a community college. Those are cheaper route. And if
Yeah.
you're struggling with financial, there's always financial aid that'll help you out. Now I don't know how it is for everybody. I know for me, I had like when I was in high school, they had like a like kind of like a financial aid program, and they helped a bunch of kids fill it out. Yeah, I'll say for me, like financial aid helped me out. Granted, I am in a lot of debt, but hey, like I said, opportunity. At least I have the opportunities to land a job. So
Mhm.
hopefully, but yeah, you just have faith in yourself. If you need the finance, I will say get financial aid. Now, if you're able to like pay for school or your parents can pay for school, I say go for it. But
Mhm.
like I said, it's a price to pay. You'll be in debt unless like you actually got the money to pay for it. Or but yeah, you'll it's an investment. But I will say it's worth it in the long run.
Yeah. So definitely shop around for different schools, and like don't think that you have to go to the most high-end school to get the best education.
Oh yeah, definitely. 'Cause there are some schools. Now I'm not putting any schools on blast. That's why I ain't putting no names on there. And but what she said is important because there are schools. I know for sure there are schools that are expensive and they don't probably teach you the best of that program. And also keep in mind, this is probably too late to mention this, but this is college in general. But since me and Rye, we're both artists, this is aimed towards artists.
Yeah, and like I guess it kind of applies to other majors, but mainly artists.
Yeah, we're only going by artist standpoint to this.
Hmm.
Speaking of artist standpoint, this is off topic from finance and should be for also for should you go. But if you're an artist, I believe you should go. I feel, and I'm only saying this because after going to college, meeting new people and stuff, I learned that unfortunately the artist community has a stigma. I would say kind of an awkward, reserved stigma, and you may have the skills, but college will teach you people skills and like communication, or at least if it not teach you, at least like get you exposed to like have you learn people or social skills. And trust me, you're gonna need it. And I definitely faced a couple of artists in college that surprisingly have really bad social skills. I can't imagine how bad it'd have been if you didn't went to college and you got art job or whatever with that skills. So yeah,
Okay.
I would say you going to college will definitely help you on your social skills or build a bit of confidence to yourself.
Yeah, you definitely need confidence, and then you need to learn. I would say get a bit of a thicker skin, because one thing that we all grew up with, I'm gonna give it the like a big fish in a small pond. I'm gonna put it is that a lot of us grew up and we were the best artists in the classroom. But once you're into college, now you're surrounded by lots of artists, and you maybe not be the best one anymore. And your professors are there to get you to grow, and it's boring. Okay, I'm sorry, it's boring, but you need it.
Yo,
Like, I know we all love anime, but you need to learn how to do still lives and anatomy, because I know some of you are hiding hands behind their back and using the same pose over and over. Art will look a lot cooler once you have the fundamentals down.
but yeah, go if you're an artist, definitely go to college. You may plummet with the finance, but it is a price to pay.
You know, there's
Oh, you got any
yeah,
more? My bad.
um, yeah, just like there's options that don't discount it immediately.
Oh, let me add on one more thing. When you do go to college, you're gonna be broke. Like unless you you get a job. Now, the thing is, it's a weird 50-50 or risk situation because on the one hand you get a job while you're in college, but then you're basically juggling like classwork and schoolwork, and you may not get that job that works with you, or you may have some hours that may make you tucker out from even wanting to work at a job or work at the schoolwork. So uh, be wary of that. But if you don't get a job and you just focus on, in my opinion, I'll say you're gonna be broke, but I'll say focus on schoolwork, because the last thing you want is for your job to get in the way of you focusing on school and you're kind of behind on work or you don't got time for schoolwork and stuff. So I would say it's a risk and it's gonna suck. Trust me, I can tell you from experience, it's gonna suck. But I will say focus on your schoolwork and getting and honing in on your assignment.
Yeah, and then you get the other skill of how to ration your money,
Yep.
how to budget.
All right. So next one, expectation versus reality. Do you want to go first, Brian, or I go first?
And I'm gonna go first. And
All
that
right.
I think, I mean, I'll admit even I had made that mistake, and that I didn't quite know what it was going to be when I went to school, because like I always knew I wanted to be an artist, but I didn't know what to pick initially. And then people heard, oh, you want like I wanted to do comics, but people were like, that's not a job. So I said, do design, and I did not know what design was. So
Yeah.
it's a lot more machine-like almost, and it's very segmented work process. And I feel like some artists think it's going to be like you're not necessarily just going to be just doing your own fun projects and your own fun characters all the time. It's going to be either client work or you're working on a larger scale project.
Now,
And then
keep in
even
mind, my bad to cut you off, but keep in mind, it may be different from us from you because we did went to a college that it was graphic design focused. Now, it could be you like you actually went to a college that actually like sticks with the whole like if you're an anime artist, you do characters, you land a job, not job, uh, uh, a class program that does more like character
character
concept and stuff.
design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in animation, like then that's one thing. Granted, like there's still truth to what Laura's saying because at the end of the day, you're going to be doing client work, so you're going to have to like get used to like the sense of you're not working for yourself. You're working for like others.
Yeah. So like you might have an idea that you'll think's really cool, and the professor's like, this part's great, but scrap this whole section. And I would say definitely get used to that, and that you might have to redo things.
Them days be the worst. The feelings are crushed.
But it's all, well, mostly it's for the sake of growth. You might find one or two professors that are just is very bitter, but it's mostly for the sake of you improving.
Yep.
Because imagine if your professors are being like that one friend who lies to those people on American Idol, and just like, if someone told you were amazing and you weren't, you'd be embarrassed.
I was not expecting that comparison, but I agree with you. my expectation when I first went to college, the same way Ryhalla was talking about, in that, like when I was in high school, I was going to college thinking I was just going to be doing like comic book stuff, art stuff, my own art stuff, and then I got hit with the whole like we're doing like figure drawings. I'm like, what is this? Like I never even done figure drawings. Like we're doing like abstract art and other web computer art stuff that's like more like graphic design. Was not expecting any of that. At first, I did not like that. I was all against that. But you get used to it. Which, to be honest with you, if you go to college, I'm gonna just tell you right now, like, if you see this video before you go to college, just take away that mindset that you're going to college like for your own work. Now you can still, don't get me wrong, you can still do your own work, your own projects, and like if you're doing art, comic, or anything, you can still do that. But don't do that for your class assignments. Do that on your spare time if you can.
I would say see it as your assignments are teaching you the skills to make your personal projects cooler.
Yeah.
It might be faster than you think.
College will fly, just fly like that. And this is I'm only going for this for the art folks. Hold off on like relying on like thinking that you're gonna be doing your art stuff, like your own creation and stuff. Like hold off on that. Another expectation: college is not always fun, and you gotta get some stuff done. Now the fun bits is like, I think the beauty part, the fun part of college is, well, you can also take that while in class. You meet your teacher, your class, your what do you call it? It's not co-workers, but like students.
Your classmates.
Classmates. I don't know why. Yeah, you can have fun time with your teacher, your classmates. Some of your assignments are actually kind of fun, and but I guess the main fun part comes with the community. But it's not always fun. It's going to get stressful. You're going to have to like manage.
Learn how to manage, or how to prioritize assignments.
Yeah.
Like, it might be hard in the beginning because you don't know how long something would take. But if you have 6 things to do and they're all due at the same time, don't spend 10 hours on just the first thing.
Yep. Also, alright, so expectation And this is from folks, going from high school to college. Like they're too different. Like you're gonna have to like rethink your strategy when you handle college. The
Hmm.
first thing that hit me like a truck was that everything is on you. All the responsibility is on you. Teachers will like if you got assignments. Teachers are not gonna respond like not. Teachers are not gonna hound you to finish your assignments.
Hmm.
They may get the lenient teachers. They'll talk to you and whatnot, but yeah, it's on you.
Yeah, they really want you to reach out to if you have a problem. Otherwise, if they're just gonna let you be if you don't say anything. Definitely take advantage of all the resources on campus because there's probably more than you think. Oh, another side thing of that
Go
between
ahead.
commuting and dorming, I would recommend you dorm because
Yes.
while it is an extra expense, you will get so much more out of the living, like the experience. I'd say because there's so many commuters that said that they didn't know about basic features of the campus, but there's so many things that you will learn just for living it,
Yeah.
and you have a lot more opportunities to hang out with people as opposed to like you just go to class and you leave immediately.
And between me and Rye, I experienced two of those aspects dorming in the community. And I'll tell you right now, community, commuting. I won't say community. Commuting is really rough. It's rough to do, and especially rough in my situation when you're living on your own, commuting to college. So yeah, if you get the chance to dorm, I would say dorm, unless you like get like a place that's like nearby your school.
Hmm. I would say it's a lot of give and take.
Yeah,
Like dorms, they're good to be by friends, but then the downside is that you're also next to the troublemakers. And that me personally, I'm not a night owl, so I hate that it'll be 2 in the morning and someone's awake, screaming or moving furniture or doing something dumb.
if you're gonna be living in
But
a dorm, just like don't think of it. Do not think of it as you're gonna be staying like in a hotel. Like no, you're gonna be living in a dorm. There's a good chance you're probably living with animals, yo.
yeah, and then don't be that animal,
Oh
and
yeah,
just like be mindful
please.
of the fact that these people are not your family. Like our school had its own like mini Twitter, and some people the people were literally under the impression that their roommates are like their siblings, so they just do some out of pocket things where it's like you don't know these people.
Yes. Also,
Be considerate.
expect that you're gonna be in a dorm room with folks that you're not gonna know, and there's a good chance, like, you could get lucky to match up with a dorm mate that are actually chill, cool folks, and there's a good chance you're gonna room with someone who's uh I'll say it, they're not so
Everything but
good. Yeah, not basically.
you meet all kinds in college, which I guess is it's good and bad. it's
Yes.
all it's all experience.
I would say another thing, expectation. Let me think. Oh, when you go to college, I would be. It's really hard to go to college and get out of college without friends. You're gonna meet a lot of folks, and you're bound to meet your own group. That's what I mean by early when I said you're gonna find yourself when you go to college.
Or I would really suggest that you try to like don't just sit in your dorm the whole time or avoid people
Please, if
because
I know it's gonna start like that in the first semester, but you're gonna have to try to break out of it. Granted, all these are advice.
he
It's our first time doing, so bear with us. We're gonna go all in on the advice, all in.
because there's a lot I wish I would have known beforehand. And that hindsight's 2020. And that when I first went, I was just kind of did whatever. But the second time I went to college, I think I took it a lot more seriously, and that I got so much more out of the experience.
I'm on the same boat with her. Granted, my mistakes kept piling on, and like it didn't really kick into me until like way later. So yeah,
Oh, all of college is not one massive party, and that there are parties on campus, but that's not what it's like 24/7
Yes.
Also, be very careful at said parties because people do not know the meaning of the word consent.
Yes.
You
There's a
need
lot of
your
wild
battle
animals.
buddies.
You know. Yeah. Please, when you go to college, meet your friend. Like, please get a friend group as soon as possible because you may want to protect yourself. Because as college as it's a safe, mostly a safe campus, but some folks do not take safety seriously, and yeah, it's pretty much have a battle buddy with you.
Yeah. And definitely look up the safety of the campus that you're interested in going to, because some campuses are awful.
Yeah.
Or even look up the safety of the places around it, because I know there's one college nearby us that like the campus itself is fine, but the town it's in is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On their expectation, if you go to college, do not expect to be perfect when you start. Reality is you are going to slip up, you're going to mess up, and things aren't going to go your way. Whether it's like you're dealing with like financial stuff or the school, like registrations and all that stuff, you're gonna have a lot of hurdles.
Oh yeah. Sometimes with class registration things get weird, or financial aid. They say actually you didn't sign up for the correct classes, so you don't have any aid this semester.
Yes, you will. You will. I will be impressed if you're able to pull off a perfect run in college, because college is almost like playing like a video game. You're gonna have some lives lost.
And that, especially if you're the first one in your family to go to college, ask all of the questions, or if you don't even know what questions to ask, just like look into things, go to every like info session, go to events. It's like, yes, it sounds cheap. I want to say maybe it's like become part of the campus spirit. I want to say,
Yes.
and it'll sound dumb and corny, but you really need to be involved to like get as much information as you possibly can, just to like get the most of the experience and the most help.
Now, let's get into advice. Now we've been messy, but we'll try to clear things up in this category. You want to go first?
Sure. And that if your first spot to start at with like just finding people is your roommate, but if you don't vibe with your roommate, then try some clubs out, and maybe you find some people who have similar interests to you, and then there might even be totally random clubs that you even know your school had. Like our school had a fencing club, which I thought was neat.
Yeah.
The equestrian club, you can go ride some horses.
Definitely lean heavy on what she said. Like immediately when you go to college, like find yourself in your group if you can as soon as possible. Because the quicker you find yourself, and the fun, the best and fun part is you in that group and yourself are kind of like building yourself. Like y'all help each other out in school, y'all and y'all grow as a person.
I guess I would say don't mind it too much, or like don't stress if it doesn't happen right away.
Yes.
Because maybe you'll meet some people later. Like maybe you'll vibe with your classmates instead, or maybe you'll meet somebody who didn't join in until the next semester.
Definitely join some clubs, yo. Definitely, if you, I have some friends, a lot of friends that went to college, and they always told me like they can't find no friends or anything like that, and I always ask them, and I will say 8, 9 out of 10 chances are you're gonna find your group, your calling, if you join the club or join an organization.
Yeah.
Like I know some of you folks, and I'm different. I know like Ryan was different. I guess you could say I was built different. I was already like, I'm not an introvert or extrovert. I guess you call it ambivert, my bad. And I guess you could say I'm not really shy. I'm just reserved. I just pick and choose when I want to like be outgoing or be like laid back and chill. But for you shy folks that are going to college, where's I getting at? I was getting somewhere. I lost track.
And that like may try to go find people. Like don't just
doing
A hermit
clubs.
crab.
Don't, yeah, please do not, for like, if you're going to be a hermit crab, make that be a short thing. Like that should be like your first semester hermit crab. If you're a hermit crab out the whole school, I am impressed. But it also makes it worse. It makes it hard for you because, you, oh, well, I'm lost. I'm losing track because that leads to, like, if you're shy, you lose opportunities. Try your best,
Yeah.
not like try your best to put yourself out there because you're going. It may not seem like it, but when the years go by, when you're in college, you're going to need those opportunities, especially when you graduate, because them connections and people you meet and opportunities you've taken will help you out tremendously once you graduate.
Yeah, like go to events and try to meet people.
And also just live.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of people on our school mini Twitter, and that they were very lonely when they started out because they didn't know who to be with at first. Like since it is their first time being away from home, it was like quite a system shock of that totally brand new environment. So I think having that support system will help you transition.
My philosophy is if you're a shy person and you kind of like you don't want to take the chance or whatnot, like I would say when you got friends, like hopefully this helps you. It helps me out, and I appreciate it helps like my shy friends out as well. But having like friends to like back you up to get you to like be out there is the reason why I would say like definitely get more, like definitely build yourself in your group or friends or whatnot. Another advice, go talk to your advisor. Like when it comes to scheduling, talk to your advisors. I made a mistake on like the first year and a half actually. I went to like I didn't go to my advisor 'cause I was still new to college. I went to financial aid or the registration office and I asked them for scheduling, and they pushed me back a while. So unlike my friend Rye, who graduated in a 2-year college in 2 years, I graduated in 2-year college in 4 years because I was kind of behind on classes to finish out my college run. So yeah, talk to your advisor, and also leading on to that, you don't have to be friends with your teacher or advisor or whatnot, or your teachers and what's the word for the school faculty, but at least be acquainted with them or cool with them, because they will help you out tremendously too, because they have more knowledge of college stuff and everything than you do. Like it's best to go to them if you have any question, but yeah, go to them.
Yeah, if anything, they'll appreciate you taking an interest, because I cannot tell you how many classes I've been in that are dead silent and no one goes to office hours or other things.
Those are
like,
awkward.
oh man, I hate it. I hate it. Please participate in your classes.
Oh, please don't make things awkward, yo. When it's critique, and I'm looking at you, artists, because we're artists, and I witnessed this. She witnessed this. This is what I mean by going to college and like working on your social skills. Yes, if you don't speak up, you make it awkward for everybody else. We're all a unit, I would say.
Yeah,
so
it's like critiques are very helpful, because like you'll be too close to the art and you might be like, I love it and it's perfect, but then you won't notice that maybe it's not centered, or maybe your colors aren't working or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially if just like the teacher directly asks a thing and then the whole room is still crickets, and I'm just like, I hate it. Because I used to be very, very shy, but it was because of how much I hated quiet rooms that I just always started raising my hand and I sit in the front. Or like ask questions. I feel like the professors would rather you be confused and like they just elaborate on stuff more than having no reaction.
Yeah. Also, don't be rude to your teacher, yo. The teachers. Now you may get some rough teachers here and there, but if a teacher is actually genuinely trying to help you or their class or trying to be like, supportive and whatnot, like don't be rude. Let the teacher do their thing, yo.
Yeah. Especially like there were instances. How much teacher? And that sometimes professors will do like a recording of notes, and just because there's a recording of notes does not mean you don't have to pay attention
Mm-hmm.
during the lesson. It's like, just if you're, I will say that if you're not gonna pay attention and you're not gonna put in an effort, then at that point maybe don't go, because
You will be
it is
wasting
just a
your
waste.
money if you do that.
Yeah, it is a waste of time and money, because especially if you want to like rely on AI or something, or like cheating, because you're gonna have to do the job at some point. It's like,
Do
don't
not.
try to. You have to do it at some point. So yes, some classes are boring, but it's just making it tense, I guess.
Yeah, don't be that weird entitled student in class.
I was like, did I tell you? Wait, were you there in that
What?
one class? Well, one of our professors had COVID and he was doing a Zoom class, and I think someone legit asked, "Are are you going to record?" And they said, "Are you going to record this, or should I pay attention?" And I'm like, "Wow, you asked this to this
Wow.
man's face."
I remember you telling me that. Don't do that, guys. Do not. And if you're gonna do that, don't do that like, oh shoot, I mean, don't do that. Period. But yeah, don't do that. That's just rude. That is completely rude.
Yeah, because like most professors, at least at our school, commuted like at least 2 hours, so they did make the commitment, the time commitment, and the gas commitment to
Mhm.
come and teach you a thing. So they try to pay attention a little.
Respect the teachers, man. And if you have an issue with a teacher, like you have to like brave up and like talk to them in person, or if you can. Because
Yeah,
most of the
like,
time, it could be like a misunderstanding.
yeah, because sometimes there will be a teacher that's actually has an issue in general, and then
Yeah.
sometimes it's just that students are kind of late.
Because you gotta keep in mind that some teachers probably like they've been teaching for a while, and they kind of given up at some point. They maybe had like a bunch of like bad batches of students, and they just kind of got that sense of giving up on the students and stuff. So it could be
Yeah,
that.
I feel like after that comment was where that professor went downhill, because like he was one of my favorite teachers, but then from that point he just sort of didn't bother with the lessons because he knew that nobody would ever pay attention anyway, and I thought it was sad. I just like, he used to like teaching.
Yo, yeah, you'll definitely get a sense of some teachers that they're just drained, or they're kind of like just giving up on some students, which is
Yeah, and
unfortunate.
that do put an effort in, because yes, you'll have a degree by the end, but you're not just gonna be handed a job just because you have a degree,
Oh,
especially for
go
'cause
ahead.
you you have to make a nice portfolio, and then you have to have some amount of professionalism in the field, especially because the art community is smaller than you think.
When you go to college, like, and you're doing these assignments, it may seem like maybe the first year, like you got that sense of like, I don't really I don't want to do the assignment. It's too much. I could just be chilling at home and this and that. Like, I wouldn't bank on that mentality for long, because what you'll realize is that if you keep that mentality up, like, in the portfolio comes, and like that's your work will showcase, and
Yeah.
and the last thing you want is all your work is for your work to not look good and your classmates are looking terrific, and you're just like think of it like this: a wall full of everybody's work, and you're like either in the middle or the last or front, and then people just walk by yours, like you're standing right next to yours, they just walk by your, they don't even look at it, they just walk by it. You don't want to be that person. Make sure your work is the best as you, like, you don't have to be like like a Renaissance artist, but do the best, like, do the best that you can do, and it will show. I will tell you that, like, it will show.
You just reminded me of one dude in my class that I feel bad, because when sometimes that we put thumbnails up on the board, and we'd be on the color stage, and not only does he not have the right paper, it's like not done, and I'm just like, no.
That's that. And like, oh yeah, you're gonna have moments like that where your classmates, you see it work, and like it's not done, yeah, don't be that person. If your work's not done, like you try to finish your work. At least like if you're not done with it or time and stuff like that, at least like make it at least somewhat presentable.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough when you
How's
showcase it and it's just like the outline of your artwork or something.
It's like I've been in both sides, and that early on I
Same.
wasn't vibing because personally, I think because like the timeline was weird, is that I went to school and there was a break in between, and then I was kind of annoyed that I was back in school. So the first semester I wasn't taking it that seriously, and that my work showed it. And oh my god, it is not great to be the one person on the board whose work looks very disheveled and like rushed looking. It's like you don't want to be in that spot.
So time management is important. I could tell you I made poor decisions throughout college. And I gotten better here and there in certain areas, especially a lot better when I went to like my 4-year college. But 2-year college was bad. I procrastinated. This word is gonna be really important, and you need to dress up like a knight and fight this dragon. You cannot let procrastinate take over, or at least like you gotta learn how to manage it. I fell into the darkness. Okay, darkness of this procrastination. Rye was the scholar person. Like
Yeah.
we both been friends. We both were like two different folks. Like in the RPG, Rye was the scholar, like get stuff done person. At first, I was the. Let's just say I was the. It's unfortunate. I was definitely the slacker. I was a slacker, and I wanted to be at home playing video games and having fun outside of schoolwork. Don't be that guy. Don't. I procrastinated like crazy. Like I'll tell you right now, my first 2 years of school was horrible. My portfolio was horrible because I did not take school seriously. And it bit me in the butt later. Take your work seriously and learn how to manage your time. And I know that games can be tempting to go home and play video games. I know hanging out with your friends after school, class time is gonna be tempting, but at least knock out your assignment in a good fashion.
Yeah. Because you'll have a lot more fun when your work is all finished and you don't have to think about nothing. Because by the end, I was doing a lot of late night work sessions, and it's not fun.
It's not fun.
Constantly have 4 hours of sleep. Don't do it. You just go to bed. Just do it early and on time.
Like, listen, you going to college, it's gonna feel like, you know how, like, I'll give you this. Going to college is like when a rich dude hands you all this money and you don't know what to do with that money. When you go to college, it's like you get hit with all this freedom and you don't know what to do with that freedom. You have to fortify your mind, your brain, and do not fall into yes, you must be disciplined. And if you may not get it right away, but you must learn that discipline like sooner the better.
Yeah. I'll admit, like, even when I was a scholar for the first school, like, my academics were great, but my portfolio was still lacking, and it was really frustrating, like, looking at it, because then it comes to portfolio, and you have to put the best collection of your work together, and now you have revisions upon revisions upon revisions to do, and now the class is long to, like, try and make it better. Like, you don't want to be at the end trying to fix all the mistakes you've been making for the past, like, 2 to 4
That
years.
would be
Like,
hell for you.
it was like that both times. Oh, I hated portfolio. It was like, just try and make it as nice as you can the first time. Because were you there for a portfolio where we was in the labs from 8 a.m. till 2 a.m.?
Yes, I was there. I was there. Yep.
People would like be cheering when they finally finish, and just like, I'm free.
I don't know what time you left, but I stayed there. Like, it was last time. It was me, 2 other friends. We was like the last person there, and it was like at this point, the final was due 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, probably first thing in the morning.
Yes, it was. I think it was 7, 8 o'clock, and we finished that at like 7. We finished it and turned it in at 7:58, and we're
Gosh.
just like our eyes are like messed up. We're like cheering for each other, and then we're like slogging it, walking back to like our dorm, like tired. Well, oh no, we didn't because we had the thing.
They had to present it
We had to present
immediately.
it. We had to like we literally walked out and then realized we had to present it. And we had to walk right back in there. Teachers looking at
Yeah.
us like we're crazy, and they're like, "Oh, I see. Like everybody's doing it last minute." It's like embarrassing.
Yeah. That's why our professor even made sure to tell people like don't sleep here because people have shown up to portfolio and like they've slept in the lab so they haven't showered.
Stinky butts, yo. Jeez.
It became a joke at our university is that you're not a true art student until you spend the night in the computer labs. So just try to avoid it because it's not great.
Now, to the artist that's going to college, uh, majority of the time you're gonna have like I don't know how all colleges are like, but the college I went to, they're gonna have you do some genetic classes, whether it's like math classes or English. For the most part, I don't believe artists do math, so
Depends. Like we didn't have gen eds at our university because we already had our associate's degree. Like
yeah,
our other friend, they had so many gen eds, like right up to the end, and I'm like, why? So if you can get an associate's and transfer to spare yourself the extra classes.
yeah,
Or I think even like I want to say certain classes in high school will like check off certain requirement boxes for later.
yeah.
Because even when I had at our community college, I only had I think English. I don't had any other classes.
I had English, all the pre 1 and 2, because yeah, unfortunately, like I failed my tests before I went to college, so I had to do the pre classes for like English. It was not fun.
Oh, and speaking on failing classes, don't. Because depending on how big your school is, like at our community college, there was only like 5 or 10 teachers in the whole program. So they taught multiple classes, and certain classes were only provided spring or fall. So if you failed your fall class, you're not taking it again until next year. And so you're going to be very behind in terms of graduating.
If there was any class, well, I guess all art classes, yeah, do not fail those classes, especially the ones that are like semester focus class.
Yeah, because some stuff is a prerequisite, so you're not gonna go forward until you finish that first one.
Yeah, you will definitely be in an awkward situation if you fail one of those classes.
Definitely don't fail more than one, because oh man.
Yeah.
Or like if it's one thing if you're actively struggling, don't fail because you just didn't do things. Like some people would like they do their work, but then they wouldn't hand it in online.
Which is crazy.
So man.
One advice: stay healthy, yo. Eat your food, get some sleep.
Do not eat nuggets every day.
Do not unless you don't have the best dining hall at your school. If you could try to at least try to eat somewhat healthy,
At least add a salad in
yeah.
daily, every single chance you can.
Do not
I
rely
think-
on eating all. See, yeah, that's probably what messed me up. Do not rely on eating cup of noodles
Mhm.
and ramen.
It's like it's just salt water, man.
Yeah, bro, it ain't worth it. If it costs much to get like a dining meal plan, yeah. If it costs to get a meal plan, if it's just for the sake of you just eating something that's not ramen, go for it.
Mhm.
You need to eat, man.
And then your dining hall might be a hit or a miss, but yeah, definitely just stay fed. There might even be a food pantry on campus.
Yeah.
I think even in our community college that we got so tired of fried food that we all walked to the store to go get fruit.
That's sad. I do remember that. Oh, yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, when
Oh,
you get your friend group, you will understand pain. You will understand the struggle of living in school. You will understand. But I
it
guess there's
builds
a beauty.
character, but oh
Yes,
man,
it builds character. There's a beauty of the struggle, but yes, it's the struggle.
you get you stronger friendships because you all died together.
Another advice: there's gonna be times where school needs you to get supplies and stuff.
Don't buy the whole list
Do
on day
not.
one.
Yes.
Don't buy all the books on day one. Like there might be certain stuff that's like if there's a syllabus or like the first assignments are posted, see what's required on that and then buy those
Yes.
and learn how to use the supplies, learn how to use the programs because I know we all love Procreate, but you also need to learn how to use Adobe.
This is for the folks that like who's watching this. You're from the hood or you're from a bubble and you don't know much about computers like that. 'Cause when I came to college, I had no skills of like computer stuff. Ask for help. Witness people doing stuff. Cause I think when I first got into it, as an artist, I only did traditional art. I had no idea about digital art. Like I think I seen it from like watching anime or cartoons and stuff, but I never knew the process of it until I met Ryhalla and I got into digital art and realized there's a whole different ball game, yo, a whole different world.
We sure can do
So yeah, ask for help when it comes to like any new stuff. But supply stuff, do not buy it right away. Another advice, I already mentioned it before, but get acquainted with your teachers, with your professors. Because the cool you are with your professors, the lenient they are with you when it comes to you coming in late.
I mean, ideally you don't, but
You don't go in late.
yes.
You don't go in late. But what I'm trying to say is, you get a lot of benefits when you're cool with your professor.
Yeah.
But don't take advantage of it, because they'll see through it. Don't take advantage of it.
Yeah. And then if they know you a bit better, they might like forward some job opportunities your way.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of, check your email.
Oh my
know
gosh,
how-
yes. Check your emails, yo. Bro, yeah, check your emails.
It's like every morning, every lunch period, because sometimes I would show up and class had been canceled because I didn't check my email. Like I could have stepped in.
Yep. Another advice we could talk about is work-life balance. Ryhalla could seem to have more to talk about on that subject.
Nick, because college it gives you a whole lot of work that you might not be prepared for, and that as you're trying to work through it, you might get stuck in a constant loop of that you finished stuff, but now you're working on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. But it's important to take some time for yourself and for any new friends that you make, because if you're just doing work nonstop, you're gonna get stressed out. And if you're stressed out, you're not pleasant to be around and you're not gonna make more friends. In fact, I'm working on a whole comic about this, about burnout and how you'll feel terrible. So try to, if there's not a ton of time, to do something nice in the pockets in between things. Like if you like while you're at lunch or while you're walking to class, just like vibe out to some soundtrack, or use the timers to like work for a certain length of time and then take like a 5-minute break. It's not perpetual.
I would go along with that. I didn't do it correctly at when I was in my old school. Like, well, not old school. My 2-year school. My 4-year school is when I got better at it. Now, but my method of work balance is I will go to a library to do stuff. Because if I go to my room, also yeah, this is still a part of the advice, but go into your room unless you got that brain fortitude to go to your room and not procrastinate and not get sidetracked, which I am obviously not on that level. Go somewhere else and like so you can stay away from, because your room is just it's an enemy. But I go to the library and work on my stuff and listen to music, and I'm one of those people. It's weird for me. I'm one of those people that if I'm in the library, I got friends with me. They're doing homework and stuff. I'm doing homework. That's like my vibe session to like work on assignments. That's how I work, but everybody works differently.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to vibe with people. Sometimes, if you're all together, you are doing everything but working.
That is true. Although, like I said, for me, I was different. I was still like, you guys gave me the energy to work on my assignment,
Hmm.
but everybody's different though.
Yeah, sometimes seeing other people working, it's just like, I guess I should be also be doing that.
Yeah, and it's especially because like in our friend group, like I have folks who remind me to do work, and then I'll just do work, or remind someone else to do some work, and they'll do work.
Hmm. Get a planner. You will forget the 84 things that are due on Monday. And also, if there's a school planner, there might be coupons in
Which I didn't know about until recently.
it. Get as involved as possible. Learn about every nook and cranny so that you can come out everything.
Well, I think that's all we got for you guys. We may touch up on this subject in the future. We still have more like ideas of how to take we still have more things to explore with this college stuff. So keep in mind for that. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you next time. Adios. Adios. Wait, before you guys go, me and Ryhalla have a collaborative comic called Lunch Break. It's a webtoon comic. Well, maybe it's all posted on Instagram too, and we're still trying to figure that out. But it's our slice of life comic, just about relatable stuff. And yeah, if you want to check that out, it'll be in the description. And yeah, thanks for checking it out.